Question 2. Billy rounds a number to the nearest 1,000. Let's address the spelling mistake there. So nearest should obviously have an A in it. Nearest 1,000. His answer is 27,000. What is the smallest and largest possible whole number that Billy started with? So we're going 27. Let's put 27,000 in the middle. And then 28,000 there. And 26,000 on the other side. Now, if we're rounding to the nearest 1,000, what you've actually got to do is half of that. Half of 1,000 would be 500. So think about going 500 above and 500 below. So 500 above would be 27,500. And 500 below would be 26,500. Now let's think about those two numbers. So if we're on 26,500, that would round up to 27,000. But if we went one number below that, which would be 26,499, that is actually below halfway. So that one would actually round down to 26,000. So we cannot go any lower. This 26,500 is the lowest we can actually go, and it would still 26,500 is halfway, and if it's halfway, you always round up. But 26,499 is below halfway, and that means that would round down. So this is the lowest we can go, and still round to 27,000. Anything higher than that would obviously round to 27,000. So 26,501 would round to 27,000 because that's more than halfway. 26,502 would round to 27,000 because that's more than halfway. So now let's have a look at the other end. Now remember, 27,500, that's halfway, but we've literally just said that halfway rounds up. So actually, 27,500 is no use to us because that would round up 28,000, and we've just said we are rounding to 27,000. So we actually need to come one below that, and one below 27,500 is 27,499. Now, because that's below halfway, that would round backwards to 27,000. Yeah, so just take time to process that. So 27,499 is below halfway between these two, so it would round down to 27,000. Whereas 27,500 is exactly halfway, and that would round up to 28,000. So the biggest we can get, so going back to what we originally wrote, instead of plus 500, I should have wrote plus 499 there. So the smallest we can get, and still round 27,000, is 26,500, and the largest we can get and still round backwards to 27,000 is 27,499. And there are your two answers. The smallest he possibly started with would be 26,500, and the largest he possibly started with would be 27,499.